Welcome back to Lone Oak Farm for episode 7 with me, MrSealyp. I'm back down at the store and I seem to spend a lot of time down here, but there have been a few changes and that's the reason, well, one of the reasons why I'm down here. My potato seeder up on my newly acquired fields has run out of seed. And rather than bring it all the way back here or back to the main yard to fill up, which could get expensive, I'm going to get some big bags. I think I'm going to get a nickname. Who was it mentioned it? Someone said Farmer Big Bags. I've moved him out of the way but knocked him over, which is terrible. But what I'm going to do is get some equipment. Now, I may be Farmer Big Bags, but I'm not Farmer Money Bags. Doing the logging was fine when the price is high, but now we're in late spring, the price is dropping, the lumber's not worth as much, so that can only work really early spring, mid-spring. You can still do logging, you're just not going to make as much money doing it, and then winter is when the price really goes up. So I need to find other revenue sources. But Mannings of Lone Oak, they have a new store manager. Farmer Min has been appointed as the new store manager down here. I'm hoping we can get a good working relationship, as I've had with Barris on various different maps for a while. As far as I know, Barris is now sorting out farming. He's actually getting into the farming rather than just running machinery shops and stuff like that. So this is now being run by Farmer Min, which is pretty cool. A couple of other shout outs I want to do before I start, and I don't do these very often, and I only do shout outs for people that have either donated to my channel, have helped me out with something that I've been struggling with or stuck with, various different reasons like that. I don't just do shout outs. If someone says to me, can you do a shout out, I won't just do a shout out for no particular reason. Normally it's for people that have been commenting for a while, subscribed for a while, have helped me out with various different things, you know, whatever it might be. But anyway, starting off, Ralph. I just want to say big thank you to Ralph. You know why, Ralph. Thank you very much. You're very generous. Scooter, exactly the same. Incredibly generous. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And to Nisi, Nisi and Nisi's mum. You know who you are, and you know why. So, a little bit of a shout out to Nisi and her mum. That done, anyway. I have work to do. The Schluter has had its day. I went to do some spraying and realised you can't put narrows on this or anything like that at all. And I've been very lucky because Farmer Min has been busy on the old interweb and has managed to find me some bits of machinery. And like I said, I'm not Farmer Moneybags, so I'm going to buy some cheaper alternative machinery. And I'm going to get slated, but it doesn't matter. This is because needs must. Now as the farm builds up and progresses and we start making more money, I dare say I will be investing in more American made machinery and that kind of thing. But for the time being, let's just sell these. 37,000, that's not too bad. And that for 54, that's not too bad either. So like I say, a few kind of searches around. They've had some machinery found, bought over for me to purchase. The first thing is going to be, I do need another tractor, as I've just got rid of the Schluter. But I need a fairly high horsepower, something I can put twin narrows on, but very cheap. And I've used this already on Sussex, but I like it, and I'm going to use it again. So I'm going to get the FiatAgri. They found one. I'm going to get a front loader attachment because I do need that. Wheel setup, I'm going to go with narrows for the time being. I think I'm going to go with trailer extender. You can't change the colour of it, unfortunately. That's just the way it comes. But it only comes in at 35,000, so I'm already up a little bit on this whole situation. It's quite a noisy little beast, but it's a brilliant bit of kit. Next thing is going to be sprayer. So I just got rid of the sprayer. Now, there's various different options. I do like that. The trailed ones aren't always necessarily my cup of tea. I was going to look at the Amazon. That's only 15 metre. I then looked at the Coombe ones, which go up a little bit. But I remembered on the west coast, and they've managed to find me one
These little lizards, self-propelled ones, are brilliant bits of kit and cheap as chips. I'm going to go for the biggest one, a 34 metre one, which is only 24,000 to buy. Tank capacity is not massive, but you know what? Doesn't matter. My free slots are dropping rapidly, but it doesn't matter. Standard or narrows? Definitely narrows, because I need to be able to go over crops. That was kind of the whole point. I've just realised what I've done. It doesn't matter. I was going to replace the tractor anyway. The Schluter was 150 horsepower and the FiatAgri is 180, so to be fair, that's going to give me far more options anyway for pulling things, etc. But I didn't need to put narrows on that straight away because I've got the narrows on this. It's a very weird, ugly looking brute. It's old, it's used, that's why it's cheap. But they've managed to get me one and it will do the job, and that's the main thing. Next thing then is a trailer, and I need a kind of low loader trailer, and I overlooked this one when it came out. The American Bandit. Doesn't get more American than that, does it? Let's be honest. It's BBM trailer DO24, and this is by BanditBooker, I think it is, BanditBooker modding. So the American Bandit. Rim colour, I'm going to go with, I think I'm just going to leave it standard actually. Or should I go... No, I think standard. Yeah, 4,500 for a trailer. You can't odds that. So I'm going to buy that. So there we go. And like I said, I don't know. I don't remember, unless I did a mod review when I had lots of mods all together maybe. I think it has straps, it does, which means I can strap stuff on, which is absolutely brilliant. So what I am going to do, oh, that was the other thing, nearly forgot, Bobcat time. I need something I can put pallet forks on, or indeed standard or crawler tracks. I don't need crawler tracks, let's buy that. Yeah, bale spikes and that kind of stuff. And the Bobcat, again, value for money, 25 grand. It's same horsepower pretty much I think as the JCBs, and the Bobcat's more an American. Unfortunately the Bobcat only comes with a bucket. It doesn't come with pallet forks. Those pallet forks are -2. Those pallet forks are -5. Wow, okay. Let's go with a set of CSZ pallet forks, I think. Yeah. Skid steer loader, absolutely. Buy those. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to buy. And that's left us pretty much exactly where I was. I've just sold 2 pieces of equipment and managed to get 4. Or 5 if you include the pallet forks, which is no brainer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up the trailer, hopefully to the tractor. I'm going to use the Bobcat with the forks, and I'm going to put some big bags on there. That's going to go over to fill up the seeder that's doing the potatoes. Then I can get some spraying done, which is what was on my list of things that needs to be done as well. So yeah, I think we're doing alright. We're doing okay. I'm going to move the sprayer out of the way first of all, I think. It's a weird looking thing. It's got a little praying mantis type thing. All-wheel steer, which is brilliant. Let's use up what's left in here. I don't know how much is left in there, but probably going to need to get another one. Yep, we will. Let's get one of those, shall we, while we're here. I'll change the narrows on the FiatAgri back to standards, I think, when I get back to the store. I know you probably wouldn't normally pull a trailer. That's not far off full, so I'll leave it as it is. You wouldn't pull a trailer with narrows on normally, I wouldn't have thought. But there we go, so I can get some spraying done. That can sit to one side for the moment. That's an incredible price for a sprayer, let alone a self-propelled sprayer. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, it was mentioned about using a Challenger. Because I did the guide 2 on the new, the Fent 1050 Vario, the fact that you can now have that as a challenger. If you haven't watched that guide to, it's an update to this Fent mod. I did the Fent mod review a while back, but in this now, if you go down to front grid and you do challenger, and you can change the colour to the mustardy, orangey yellow type colour and do that, you can actually get a challenger, and it has a challenger decals and whatever. And a lot of people have said, oh, you've got to go for a challenger because you're on an American map. And you know what? I probably will, because it's going to put me right up there. However, when this mod first came out, it was a 39 on the slot count, which is fairly high. There are some smaller tractors that require that kind of slot count. This new version, which has been completely revamped, if you look bottom left hand corner, it takes up 54 slots. 54 slots for one tractor. Once you've bought one, if you want to buy more of them, I think it's still 3, but 54, whoa, that's a lot. Anyway, that being said, let's get on with what I need to be doing. Otherwise I'm going to spend an episode of me just talking. Nobody wants that. Fantastic. Now these should, I hope, and this is going to be slightly tricky because these don't always go very, very well on the big bags, but hopefully I can get through. It would help if I was at the right height, wouldn't it? Of course. Let's try and go. Can I pick up? No. That's weird. Please tell me these work on this, or I've just wasted my money. What we'll do, we'll cut back to me in a minute when I've actually... Oh, hang on. I thought that would swing round, but maybe not. Oh dear, that hasn't worked quite how I hoped it would. Never mind. Now that was fertilizer, wasn't it? I think. I need some seed bags. Anyway, I'm going to get back to you in a minute once I've got this loaded up, because at the moment this is not quite going to plan. Right, I'm out of the South Fields. This trailer, I like it. I'm not sure about... I suppose they just stay there. That's what those hook up to. I took the FiatAgri, I unhooked, went over to the farm. I've put wides on this. That looks strangely wide actually, but anyway, wides on it. I've got some fertilizer. I'm not going to fill this up because I don't know how much it's going to take. I just need to go up to the top, turn around, come back and do this strip. So I'm not going to fill this seeder up because this is leased. Now if I fill it up having bought all this seed, it'll be a waste. So what I'm going to do is put, I think one of these bags is part used. I think it's this one. I think. Oh, that was that thing. I wasn't sure if the straps had worked, but you know what? I put the straps on and they didn't go over the bags, they went underneath. But driving up here, nothing moved. And as you've just seen, I tried to lift that and it wouldn't move. So these straps, whoops, wrong one, that one, they are working, which is pretty cool. That, what happened there? How weird. That was supposed to go a lot smoother than that, as you can imagine. Just going to pick it up. Kind of. Me and bags. It worked alright when I was doing it a minute ago. Now it's all gone to pieces again. It's a cheaper alternative, that's why I'm using them. But it's not pretty. Let's try this again, shall we? Tip that back. That's not going to go anywhere now. It's probably going to look awful. Oh, hang on. Oh, that did move. Cool. Right. Hopefully, we're going to get over this and load it up. Let's see how we get on. Kind of. See if I swing around into there. Yep, wasn't very much in that one. Okay, right, next one. I think. It's the fork camera that's quite cool actually. I like this one. Right. We're doing okay. I've been asked a couple of questions recently, ones that I felt kind of need a response to. I've been asked why I haven't done a video on confirmed things that are confirmed for FS19, and I'll be totally honest with you. There are a lot of people that are already doing them, have done them. I don't know if it's these CSZ forks, you know. They're supposed to be better, but they're very glitchy. I seem to have stuff falling through the forks. Maybe it was just me, I didn't have it on properly, but I'm not sure whether I need to go back to the JCB ones that are kind of tried and tested, but it might have just been me. And yeah, plenty of people have done them, are doing them, and they're all kind of quoting the same sources. And don't get me wrong, I am keeping up to date and up to speed on Twitter, on the Giants forum, various different updates, things that are being mentioned, stuff that came out of FarmCon, as to what's actually happening. I just wasn't sure that me adding another video into the fray, a lot of the videos people are quoting the same sources, so I just thought do I need to do that? I wasn't sure. If people want me to, I can do a video. I don't want to drive over that really. But like I say, I can do if people want me to do a video. And there are a lot of things that are out that we know about that are pretty cool. Doesn't seem to be filling up at all. Not sure. So yeah, I mean that's why I haven't. There's plenty out there. FS Club has done some really good ones. There's Silver News on Twitter. Ruben Juice, I think it is. There's Bodie has been putting stuff, or Body, I think it is. There's a few different people that are doing them.
But like I say, if you want me to, I can. What have we got in here? 2,579 litres. Let's give that a go. Let's see how far it gets on that. If that goes all the way up and back, then we haven't got to worry. Like I say, I don't want to overfill it and then get to the end and think, okay, well, I'm not going to do any more potatoes now. That'll go back and I'll have wasted a load of money on seed. So if it does run out before it comes back, I'll just stick another bag in and we'll go from there. The rest of the bags that are left on the trailer, they can go back down to the farm and I can use them whenever I need them. As you can see on this, the fertilizer barely goes down at all. Very, very slow to disappear. So we're already going to the end of here. The two fields directly ahead, the ones that are next to Hollister's and the next to Lone Wolf, the Lone Wolf sell point, those I've put soybean in. So it really is only these two. Like I say, I think I'm going to be fine. I'll be no problem at all with potatoes of this. So next job's going to be getting the sprayer over from the store and getting some of the fields sprayed that are into their first growth stage now. And they need a little bit of squirt on them, so we'll get those sprayed, get rid of those pests, get the weeds down. So I'm looking forward to in FS19 is going to be the new weed system. I think that's really cool that you're going to have weeds that grow, and if you use a weeder you'll see those weeds disappearing, and if you then spray with fertilizer you'll see those weeds. I think the concept is they're going to die off, so I don't think they're going to go brown first then go, I'm not too sure, but I think it's cool. It's a really nice addition into the whole thing that you've got that very definite process of how it's going to work. So yeah, really cool. I think we're going to be okay, although I've left the Bobcat right in the middle of where this needs to go. I thought I'd run ahead of the tractor and make sure this was out of the way. So Southfield's complete. Only have to come down to here. There's just just over 1,000 litres left in there, so not the end of the world. So that'll go back. I'll take these back to the farm. We'll unload the bags and I'll put them either in one of the little shelters to the side or where all the seed and fertiliser gets refilled. So I know to use them first, and then we'll get some spraying done. For some reason when I had the narrows on this, the whole tractor just slumped back and the trailer just seemed to sit at a funny angle. With the wides on, the trailer seems to be sitting a lot more level. It doesn't seem to be hanging down on the back of the tractor as much. How lucky for me indeed there was one of these tractors out there on the internet, in the States as well. Very unusual, quite rare, as you can imagine. Like I say, as the farm grows, we make a bit more money. I will be investing in more machinery, therefore I may be swapping out tractors. I know I bought the Big Bud. I could have got a Challenger instead of a Big Bud. Just come and grab that seed actually, put that back into the shed.
Now, as you've seen, my prowess loading and unloading big bags is not the greatest, so I'm not going to put you through the pain of watching me unload these. Just trying to work out where to put them actually. I think putting them in front of the seed and fertilizer points is probably the best bet, because then I'm going to use them first just by default when I go to get the seed and fertilizer. Now this Lizard boom sprayer is a little bit ungainly. Suspension, bit solid as you can see, got a lot of bounce, but for all those things, for the price, you just can't fault it. Really big boom width. If you go for the long one, which I think I went for the 34, didn't I? It's a no-brainer. I'm doing field 5. I'm up by the livestock market and the diners just along there. I think that's got to be the trees it doesn't like. Do it myself, it's not a problem. Now if you haven't seen this one before, like I said, I did use it on the west coast. It's got quite a bit of functionality on the booms, as I recall, but I have to put the help menu in the top left hand corner because I can't remember what they all were. If I just sit here pressing buttons, I'll end up swapping vehicles and doing all sorts of other weird stuff. So yeah, I'll have a look at that in a second. What we've done here, we'll go up to field, I think it was 20, and then field 32, and whichever other fields need a spray. Actually, I'll check it now, 1 second. So let me think, what was it? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Once you've lowered the sprayer, so we've got L1 and then lower sprayer with circle. You've then got options once it's lowered. You can obviously adjust the height of the boom, but what you can also do is twist the boom. So if you're doing a hillside or something like that, it's brilliant. It's a really cool little mod. I like this. Oh yeah, you can do either side as well. Oh, I forgot all about that. So I could do one side independently of the other if I wanted to. Have one up, one down. You know, it's very, very versatile little bit of kit actually. Let's get that level. Anyway, enough of that. I'm not going to run up the side with this because obviously I'll waste a load of spray doing bits I've already done. So all I'll do is just, you know, it's a bit of fiddling around, but it saves spray. There we go. All good. So, as I was saying earlier on about the upcoming release on November the 20th of Farming Simulator 19, just out of curiosity, what's everyone looking forward to out of the things we know about so far and not things we don't know? You know, people comment saying looking forward to Class. You know, what do we know so far? What out of the things that have been confirmed, what are you most looking forward to? I think for me, it's the ability to fully customise your farm. The fact that you can start on the 3 different stages and it's not normal, easy, normal or hard anymore. You've got the one where you start with everything, one where you build up yourself, and one where you start with nothing, I think, pretty much. But the fact you can place your farms, you build everything from scratch. The fact you can place the all of your animals, you can choose where your livestock go now, rather than each map having it set and given to you. You can choose where you want your cow pasture to be, where you want your stables to be, where, you know, that's a customization level that's just blown me away, especially for doing like let's plays. If you're playing normally, just playing the game and enjoying playing it, it's an awesome thing to have. But if you're making videos, especially, it gives you so much more scope. But then there's also all the in-game menus. They're changing the store menu, the 3D modelling of vehicles, and as you customise them, you can see those changes. The different crops, the horses, that, you know, the mind boggles. It really does with how much stuff there is going to be on this. It's going to be amazing, the new one. So yeah, can't wait. Upgraded graphics, upgraded weather patterns, fog, clouds that roll across the sky and change colour, and as it's going to rain. Apparently you can even see the rain coming. If it's raining across the map as the clouds are coming, that's something you'll be able to see as well. I mean, the mind boggles. The gearbox, they're working on the gearbox functions, so you'll be able to have manual or auto box. You know, awesome. Anyway, I'm going to head over to the next field. It's probably going to be 20, and I'll see you there in a minute.
We're back to refill, and I'm at the refill point at the farm. As you've seen, we've done field 20, we've done field 32. I've started or done most of field 35 behind the barn here, and here's my thought. It's supposed to be cheaper at the store. If I go into the menu and go down to pallets, for a liquid fertilizer tank of 2,000 litres, it's 2,400. So I'm thinking if that is going to work out a cheaper option, I'll just do the same again. I'll go down there with the trailer and the Bobcat. I'll pick up a few, bring them and put them down. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to fill this up, put 2,000 litres in it, and see what that costs. If the cost is negligible, I might as well just fill up here. Saves me all going backwards and forwards and picking up stuff. So, although I can't seem to find where the refill point is, it's here somewhere. Once I've done this, I'm going to finish off field 35, and then I'm going to do the grass field 44 over there just behind the main house, which is what was on my job list from Jockey Inc. So, right, 2,000 litres, and we'll see what that costs, and yeah, go from there really. Long term it might save me money or it might not, I don't know. 7, 8, 9, done. Right, 2011, so a tiny little bit over. If I pull away from there, it should tell me what that cost. 2,675. So that's 275. I meant to change it and I forgot. $275 more for one kind of container load, I guess. And so I suppose if you do 4 containers, that's $1,000. To 8 is 2,000. I mean, you're going to save yourself money by doing it by the container. But as I've said before with seed and fertilizer costs, if you do some contracts for other farmers, then you make 1,000, you make 2,000, you make a little bit here and there, you can cover that shortfall fairly easily. So I'm thinking, as far as that goes, I'm going to refill here. I think the reason I'm doing the big bags is because they really do work out a cheaper option, because the ones in store are only 1,000. If you go to these, the pallets, the seed big bag and the solid fertilizer, they're 1,000 litres for those prices. If you go to the big bags, they're 2,000 litres, and they're not much more expensive, so it's worth doing for the big bags. But as far as the liquid fertilizer goes, I'm probably better off just doing it here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go off now and finish field 35, then I'll get field 44 done. I've been speaking to the boss and we're looking at possibly getting a few pigs, getting a few hogs in just to get the ball rolling, and see where we go from there. So there we go. But we have come to the end of another episode. We've got a few bits done, we've got some seed moved, we've finished off the potato planting, and we're now getting all the spraying done, which was on my job list, which is really good. That's another thing ticked off. Crops are growing and we're doing alright. So, with that said, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.